and to the poor in the land. We are admonished to meet the needs of the widows and orphans because they cannot meet their own needs. The biblical story of the Good Samaritan comes to mind when you read Luke chapter 10, verse 25 to 37, where the man was a victim of brigandage, and then a man would decide, even though I am not from his place, he went to him, took him up, took him to an inn, looked at him, gave some money. If I return and you have spent more, I will pay you back. So the concept of welfare does not necessarily mean people you know. And then it does not mean I am doing it to this person because for tomorrow, if I need whatever, I will come to him for this benefit or for that benefit. It's generally the idea is life should be better for people, life will be better for other individuals as well. Again, the standard of judgment according to Christianity is that, and I know the standard of judgment for Islam too, it can never be too different. I was hungry and you did not feed me. I was naked and you did not clothe me. I was in prison and you did not visit me. As far as you did not do it to the least of my brothers, you did not do it to me. I find that in Matthew chapter 25, 35 to 37. So in all of this, have you understood what welfare means and the types, and how even the Bible captures it, the Quran captures it, especially when you follow the surahs I mentioned, and also bring in the concept of zakat, which is one of the major pillars of Islam. What is the benefit, or what are the impact that we can gain from welfare? It is interesting at this point to see the values, the impact, the objectives that welfare in human society, human endeavors brings to us. Number one, welfare to people encourages high standard of work and it prohibits laziness. Thus, it encourages efficiency as it enables them to live more comfortably and more happily. That's one of the major impacts. It makes people to put in more energy and do more, that the society will be better, the workplace will be better, and life will be better. Welfare also inspires productivity level. This takes the form of compensations, stipends that we give like transportation fare or provision. It keeps them contented, thereby contributing to their morale. It boosts morale, makes people to be alive, to be active. After all, the society is happy, my boss is happy, people I'm with are also giving me incentives. It develops in responsibility, dignity of work, and thus makes them good citizens of the nation. Welfare builds stronger ties and unity at work, in the family, anywhere you find, in the churches or whatever. It brings people together, builds some kind of bond, and unites people more closely, thereby creating a better human relationship that gives one another a sense of fellowship and belonging, that creates a positive attitude towards life. You see then why people are getting discouraged of life, the incentives, the reward systems, the welfare will now make people to begin to develop more positive approach and attitude to life. In fact, the aim of welfare is to help improve the life of people. It helps to bring about some holistic development of the individual. It could be the worker, and helps them to perform their work in healthy and favorable environment. Welfare helps to prevent even social vices. Somebody who is getting so depressed and wants to get into over drinking or wants to get into gamblings and all sorts of social vices. If truly you care for the person, I can give some incentives, can talk to the person, because I've said it's not just about money, it's not just about material things. Your words to them, your advice to them can make them stronger and better. So I believe if all of us can learn to, in one way or the other, not minding our position, using our energies, using our mental state, using our positions to extend fellowship, to extend assistance, and render help to one another, I think they will be better positioned in the society. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, sir. Shall we please give the clergy another round of applause? Sir, we're now in the second segment of today's PADRE Hour, which is the interactive session. This section entertains questions and contribution from the audience, beginning with the first column to my left. Any question or contribution from the first column?
Thank you, sir, for the well-delivered, articulate lecture. I'm Disu Omotolani from Agri-Queen. Sir, I want to ask, when the Bible said something about when you give gifts, you shouldn't let your left hand to know that the right is given. Now, the question is, when giving welfare, should it be made secretly or should it be opened? Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Disu, there will be occasion I want to attend tomorrow. I'll come and borrow that your cap. As for welfare, question or contribution from the next column, please. I'll bring it to our Mommy Gio.
The director, deputy director coordination, sir, or protocol duly observed. I am MW Ojebola OA. I have a question. And you told us that the purpose of welfare is to make life better for others. In a situation where the purpose of welfare is not being achieved, that is, for example, if somebody giving welfare to another, we make the person receiving the welfare to want to force or impose it on someone else who may not have to, make the person to start demanding for such from some other person before he can do the work for that person. What should one do in that case? Thank you.
Thank you for that one. Any other question or contribution from the audience? Question or contribution from the next column? Okay.
The Deputy Director of Coordination, permit me to observe the already established protocol. My name is Freda Basi Friday Udo. My question is giving bribe to people to get favor, is giving bribes to people to get favor or influence also a welfare? Because I think either the money or whatever still change the person's life. Thank you.
Thank you, Udo. Next person.
The Deputy Director of Coordination, sir, permit me to stand on established protocol. My own is contribution about welfare. If you are good in welfare, doing it for yourself. If you are not good in welfare, it's also for yourself. Let me give an example. It happened to my own father.
You have 1 minute to do that.
Okay. My father worked in Mulitala Airport before. So it now happened that there is a woman from our village that went to Hajj. When the woman came back, my father now said that he told the other officer that this is his own mother. They were so happy, they helped her pack her load. My father also helped her pack her load. He was so happy. He now said that, hadn't been I support that they should kill you that day. who will help me like this? Because the woman is a leader of winches in our village. Yes. So when we talk of welfare, it's not only by money, your behavior too, to help somebody. And I told my father that anytime you come to village, he should tell the mother to he should come with my own grandmother, that there is something we're going to give my dad. Why I bring this example is that when you are good in welfare, you are doing it for yourself and it will help your life.
Thank you, Ahmed. He said witchcraft too do give welfare. It's a very good one. I like that one, Ahmed. Question or contribution? Yeah. Okay, you can carry on.
The deputy commandant, the director, sir, all protocol duly observed. My name, FSI Odrojaye from the counseling department, retired. I want to say something concerning this welfare from Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 25. The Bible says, a generous man will prosper. He that refreshes others, he himself will be refreshed. So we find ourselves in an environment, a particular place, a department where we assisted in moving somebody to the next level. We'll do certain things in the business level. The person was established. The person was moved forward in investments program. The person was moved to another level with our own contribution. So the Bible said, a generous man will prosper. He that refreshes other, he himself will be refreshed. We miss some specific needs, and let us be just as assured that we will be refreshed. Our needs also will be met in one way or the other. And my prayer is that we will not be in a particular place and constitute an hindrance to people's success. I pray that God will help us in Jesus' name.
Amen. He said, he that planted the vineyard shall be a partaker thereof. Thank you for that. Question or contribution from the last column of this hall, please. Any other question or contribution from the last column? In absence of that, I shall now move to the officers' cadre, requesting question or contributions from officers of the rank of major, equivalent, and below, sir.
The Deputy Director of Coordination, sir. All protocols duly observed. I want to talk about welfare from my own angle of understanding. First, there's difference between welfare, charity, that's sadaqah, tithes, or zakat, and also bribery. Welfare, to make a conducive place of work for those under you, is a welfare. Let's take an example of passes or leaves. They are part of welfare. And to also take good care of your men under you is also welfare. But that shouldn't be mistaken to something that has to do with charity. In welfare, when you are giving welfare, it is not to everybody that you are giving it out. Everybody knows that he was the one that provided this for us for our comfort in our working place. But if it is a charity or sadaqah or zakat, it's something that needs to, for this, in the zakat, it needs to also be known to everybody that you are giving it out because it is ordained. While the sadaqah, just like one of the people that spoke earlier, that you are to give with right hand without the knowledge of the left hand knowing that you are giving, is a sadaqah or a tithe given. While bribery may come up from the bottom to upward, while also it will come from the up to downward. If somebody is envisaging to commit something illegal or illegitimate, he may decide to bribe somebody. That is not a welfare, and it's not allowed. It's not allowed. In any society where bribery is the order of the day, that society tends to retrogress instead of progress. But in a welfare, whoever is a leader from the in any organization, in any level, he can make a welfare to his people in order to make the place of work a conducive one for them. However, we should not connect it with what is different from that. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for that, sir.
The Deputy Director Coordination, sir. All protocols duly observed. I am Major J.N. Honor. What I want to say about this welfare, my own contribution towards welfare, I believe welfare is not just about giving money or what. Promotion is also part of welfare. And it's said that to whom much is given, much is expected. So when you are promoted, when you are working, and everybody knows that you are working, and your time for promotion comes, if you are denied of that promotion, I don't think you have that zeal, the morale to do the work the way it's supposed to be done. But when you are due for promotion and you are promoted, you will see the zeal, the joy in doing the work. So I believe promotion is part of the welfare and is supposed to be given when you are due. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. With the kind permission of the Deputy Director of Coordination, I beg your pardon. I shall now invite the clergies to respond to the question. The clergy, sir.
The Deputy Director of Coordination, permit me to dwell on the well-established protocol. 3 questions were put forward. Permit me to start from the last one. Is giving bribe welfare? No. The word welfare came from 2 words, well and fair. So which means welfare means to fare well. When I give you, I want you to fare well. So that is welfare. Though the 2, welfare and bribe, are meant to influence. Bribe will coerce a person. Most times, bribe comes from the lower to the top. Because you want something, and that is why you are giving. You are not giving because you want to change the lot of the person. You are giving because you want to change your own lot by going the wrong way. What is the motives behind bribe and welfare? I give you welfare out of a good heart, but I can give you a bribe. I give you a bribe and I'll cost you. I am not happy. I only give you because I know you will not give me this thing ordinarily. So I will give you that thing and I will insult you. So, bribe differ from welfare. The second person asked, where somebody asks you to give something before he does something for you, which means he's coercing you. If you don't give me this thing, I'll not do it. What's the difference between bribe with bribe?
It's bribe. Because times he said, please send me do this one. I say, I will not do it if you don't give me that thing. And remember the definition of welfare. One part of the definition, they said, he gives it what? Voluntarily. But once you coerce me that I must give you before you do, it's as if I'm even paying you. It's no longer welfare. So, if you must coerce me to give you something, not be money, it may say, okay, if you want me to do this work, allow me not to come to work today before I will do it. As we've defined welfare to come from different angle. And the first question is talking about when giving welfare, should it be given secretly or in the open? You know, when the Bible is saying, when the right hand give, the left hand should not know. It is not in the presence. Maybe I have 10 workers and I call all of them and give them welfare at the same time. Is it not in the open? It's open. But the context here, it is not there. It is after giving you people the welfare, I go outside and start broadcasting it. That I'm even giving this people welfare. You know, when something come up, I will just be recounting on it. And I gave them welfare yesterday. I even gave this one welfare day before yesterday. But yet, look at what they are doing. What you did in the secret. Now, you are taking it out. And it is applicable to most of us. We used to recount what you did with me and you. When something comes up, the whole world will know that this thing transpired between me and you. It is wrong to give and to broadcast it to the world. He said, when you broadcast it, you have already received your reward. But when you give it secretly, he said, God who sees in the secret will reward you in the open. When you begin to receive the reward, men will not know what happened, but it is what has transpired in the secret that God is rewarding you in the open. May God help us to be people of welfare. Thank you very much.
Hitherto, I was thinking the term welfare is abstract. But with what the clergy has just said, I now truly understand that the word is not abstract. It really means what it is for. Shall we please give the clergy another round of applause? At this point, sir, may I most respectfully invite the Deputy Director of Coordination to give his remarks. The Deputy Director of Coordination, sir.
The commanding officers of various workshops and wings here present, our distinguished religious leaders, good afternoon, NAFRC community. I'm Group Captain B.Y. Zachary, the Deputy Director of Coordination. I used to be the Deputy Director of Training. We have been enlightened on the issue of warfare. We've been told there are two broad categories of warfare: voluntary and statutory. And the voluntary has to do with the monetary value of the warfare or assisting. There are so many ways that one can offer welfare. If you assist someone in facilitating admission in school, yeah, it's also welfare. If you assist a guest who is stranded in a place with accommodation for a night or two, it's welfare. We've been told promotion is also welfare, and so many other examples. We have also been told the difference between welfare and bribe. However, we have not been told the issue of gratification. There are instances people will offer you some assistance, or they will do what they are supposed to do in their various offices, and at the end of the day, will package small envelope and say, thank you. That's gratification. Because the person is giving you that money because of the services you have offered. If you have not done anything to that person, there's no way you just package something in an envelope and say, take this. We have read the kind of welfare that happened between the Muslims that migrated from Mecca to their host in Medina. For those of you that read about Islam, when the Muslims migrated from Mecca to Medina, they left all their things, their wives, their children, their properties, their merchants, their farms, land, and everything you can think of. In fact, the migration was in secret because of the fear of the Meccans. They left everything in Mecca. Now they're in a new land with nothing. No wives, no business, no farmlands, nothing. Empty. We have read the kind of welfare that has never happened in human history before that time. And after that time, after that period of migration, I have not read and I have not heard of any kind of welfare that existed up to today in human history. And I'll share some light. When the Meccans arrived Medina, the prophet attached them to the host. This family, take care of Babatunde. This family, take care of Zachary. This family, take care of Precious, like that. Attach them to the various families. One of them was a businessman called Abdurrahman ibn Auf. He was a wealthy man in Mecca, but he left everything, so he's now a poor man. The person that was attached to him took him to his house. He said, this is my house. This house, I have 2 wives. I have a farmland. And I have a shop at the market. We are going to share this house into 2. You will take half, I will take half. He called his 2 wives. He said, look at these 2 ladies. Select one, I will divorce her, and she will observe the menstrual 3 months. Thereafter, you marry her. He took him to his shop in the market. He said, this is my shop. We will share everything that is in this shop. You take half, I will take half. It has never happened in human history. And that is how all the Madinah did to the Meccans. The prophets named them Ansar in Arabic. Ansar means the helpers. And that is how the Meccans started their life in Medina. Gave them their farmlands, businesses, like that. But coming back to our society today, how many of us, not even our relations, there are some of us that even our own immediate family members, our children, were being stingy to them. I know what I'm saying. I have commanded Air Force schools, and I know that a lot of parents you see sending their children to school without providing the basic learning materials. And some of the parents are workers. In fact, some of them are personnel, uniform personnel, members of the armed forces. And what's happened when they don't have, they keep on stealing from one fellow students to the other. Some of them, they'll grab them and they'll send them out of the school. We must look around us. There are so many people around us. Start with your immediate family member or members. Then you can now shift to the extended, your uncles, because those are the people that have more rights. Uncles, aunties, like that. Nephews, nieces, like that. But everybody will hail him in his place of work, or in his political cycle, because he gives money, he dash people. But if you go to his immediate family, so many people are living in abject poverty and he never cared. So what do you call that kind of warfare? That's sure. He's giving them because they will say, this man is a good man, or when the election cycle comes around, they'll vote him and you go back to the Senate or National Assembly. And coming back to our society, our NAFRC community, the best people that should enjoy you in your place of work are your neighbors. And those your neighbors are your office mates. That's a hadith of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam that said, any individual that he or she, that his neighbor is not pleased with him, he will not make heaven. No matter the amount of prayers that person offered, or the fast you observe, your Ramadan or whatever, you go to Saudi Arabia for pilgrimage and things like that. If your neighbor is not pleased with you, you cannot make heaven in Islam. Your neighbor is the most important human being in your life. For instance, I'm from Yobe State. I don't have any relation in Lagos. I don't have any. If something happens to me here, sickness or something, who are the people that will assist first? Our immediate neighbors and your office mates are the first people. If it is to rush me to the hospital, is that office people that will take you? But most of us don't even have respect for our colleagues. He doesn't have anything, or is this? They don't even have regards for colleagues. Gentlemen and ladies, we must have a very good and excellent relationship with our neighbors, both at home, at our places of work, everywhere, including a core traveler. If you are traveling inside an aircraft, or you are going by train, an emergency could happen. And that first person that will come to your aid is that next person sitting next to you. And the moment you enter aircraft, because he's not wearing good clothes, you are looking down on him, you didn't even say hello to him, you didn't even greet him. and you started coughing and you needed water or somebody to assist you, an emergency, what happens? He will just leave you to die. Gentlemen and ladies, let us change our mindset. Let us be good to our neighbors, both our immediate neighbors, our next door neighbors, and everybody around us. When we are good to our neighbors, you see that you also have a kind of satisfaction. You will live, you will not have any fears. You know, say, I'm going to so office. Let me lock my office so that they will not come and poison my food. No, it's because you are not nice and good to people. Let us learn how to be good and nice to people. And when we offer assistance to people around us, we should not expect welfare, please. Let us not expect welfare, because if I assist you and you now come with an envelope or something, they are more or less bribing me. In fact, it's a bribe. One of the companions of the prophet was sent to somewhere to collect almsgiving, the zakat that they pay. You pay 1/40 of your total value after 1 year. For instance, if you have 1 million naira, and that 1 million naira stayed for 1 year, you divide it into 40. That gives you, I think, 25,000. Am I right? That gives you 25,000. So that 25,000, you give it out to a needy. So he was sent to collect zakat from the neighboring town. When he went and collected the alms, they say, okay, this is our zakat. This one is welfare for you. So when he returned, he told the prophet, he says, yeah, prophet, this is the zakat from the people of XYZ. And when I was leaving, they also gave me this money. The prophet frowned at it. He said, if you had not been sent to that place, assuming you are living in your parents' house, would they look for you to come and give you this money? There's no way, they wouldn't have. So when we assist people, we should assist people to get the pleasure of God. And when you assist, you discover that you too, you have somebody somewhere will offer assistance to either you directly or to someone that is close to you. But everybody in Nigeria, if you offer something, you offer admission, or you do something, or you facilitate a promotion or whatever, the person expects you. This man has not even come and see me. No. So on the final note, please let us be kind. Kindness is welfare. Those living or serving under us, when they have issues to travel, facilitate their passes and leave is also welfare. When someone is not comfortable with his or her office and he complains because of some reason, and he or she has genuine reason to relocate to another office or workshop, facilitate that for him. That's also welfare. And so many other things. So on this note, I want to sincerely thank our clergies for the sermon that we received this afternoon, and I wish each and every one of us a happy and blessed weekend. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I just want to remind those sleeping that we've taken your pictures. You can come and collect copies on Monday. We'll collect not too much, 1,000 naira. Shall we please put our hands together again for the Deputy Director of Coordination? With this, we have come to the end of today's PADRE Hour.